In her hands, innocuous substances like air, milk, or medication like insulin would become lethal.
In a chilling tale that defies the essence of trust, meet Lucy Letby, once hailed as a beacon of care in the neonatal ward, now infamous for a sinister secret. Born on January 4th, 1990, this seemingly ordinary nurse unraveled a series of heinous acts between June 2015 and June 2016. As we delve into the corridors of the unthinkable, we witness a web of deception, emotion, and disbelief. From a facade of innocence to unsettling courtroom theatrics, Lucy Letby's story challenges our perception of those we entrust with life's most fragile beginnings. Brace yourself for a narrative that blurs the line between caregiver and cold-blooded killer. Lucy Letby, a seemingly ordinary neonatal nurse, is now known as a convicted British serial killer. She committed the unthinkable act of murdering 7 infants and attempting to take the lives of 6 others. This disturbing revelation challenges the perception of a nurse, someone entrusted with the care of the most vulnerable, turning from a figure of compassion to a perpetrator of unimaginable crimes. It's truly and absolutely unbelievable. Lucy Letby, a 33-year-old nurse whom we once regarded as a hero for her dedicated care of children, has hidden a deeply troubling secret behind the scenes. The unveiling of this startling truth about someone we had placed our trust in is profoundly disconcerting. The sheer disbelief stems from the stark contrast between the image of Letby as a caring and compassionate caregiver and the sinister reality she was concealing. This revelation shakes the very foundation of our faith in those we entrust with the well-being of our loved ones, leaving us in a state of profound unease and questioning. Dr. Ravi Jayaram, a senior doctor at Cheshire Hospital, revealed during testimony that he had raised concerns about Lucy Letby with the hospital administration in both 2015 and 2016. Unfortunately, his warnings were ignored for several months.
They are still trying to find reasons why what they did was the right thing. You know, for example, one of them said, oh, well, we weren't loud enough in expressing our concerns. How much louder could we be? We were loud enough for you to try and vilify us and smear us and drive some of us to the point of applying for jobs in other hospitals.
Dr. Jayaram shared a profoundly troubling account, recalling a distressing incident wherein he witnessed Lucy Letby standing over an infant with a breathing tube that had become dislodged. He observed with growing concern as the baby's oxygen levels dropped. Yet Letby seemed unresponsive to the critical situation. Despite Dr. Jayaram's prompt intervention, tragically, the infant succumbed to the dire consequences of this neglect 3 days later. This heart-wrenching narrative underscores the severity of Letby's actions and the devastating impact they had on the vulnerable lives under her care. In a profoundly unsettling series of violent acts, Lucy Letby undertook a horrifying attempt to terminate the life of a newborn boy within the incredibly brief time frame of less than 12 hours after his birth. Her method involved the forceful insertion of a nasogastric tube down the infant's throat, a distressing and life-threatening action. To conceal her sinister actions, Letby cunningly exploited the baby's hemophilia, creating a deceptive narrative to account for the severe bleeding. This disturbing incident, however, is just one piece in a larger puzzle of malice, as evidenced by her deliberate targeting of siblings. Disturbingly, 3 sets of twins and 1 set of triplets fell victim to her actions in the year leading up to June 2016, underscoring the gravity and systematic nature of her crimes. Lucy Letby allegedly caused harm to the infants at the Countess of Chester Hospital through disturbing means. She is accused of injecting air into their tiny bodies, poisoning them with insulin, and force-feeding them milk. These horrifying actions are at the center of the charges against her. In May 2017, the Cheshire Constabulary took it upon themselves to launch an investigation into the unfortunate deaths following reports of Lucy Letby's behavior raising suspicion. This led to a series of arrests for Letby, occurring 3 times under the suspicion of being connected to these tragic incidents. The initial arrest took place in 2018, followed by another in 2019. Despite being released on both occasions, it was not until November 2020 that Letby was formally remanded in custody, marking a significant development in the legal proceedings surrounding the disturbing events attributed to her. After Letby's conviction, the UK government ordered an independent inquiry into the circumstances surrounding the murders. The Department of Health and Social Care stated that the inquiry would examine the circumstances surrounding the deaths and incidents, including how concerns raised by clinicians were dealt with. In an attempt to assert her innocence, Lucy Letby resorted to sending text messages after the tragic incidents in the hospital's special care unit, seeking solace in the empathetic responses to her dramatic displays of tears and emotions. These text messages played a crucial role as evidence during her trial. Within the texts, Letby shared the distressing news of the baby's deaths with her co-workers, garnering sympathy from them. In a surprising twist, she communicated her grief and volunteered to take on additional shifts in the unit, further deepening the complexity of her actions. As suspicions mounted, these messages provided a revealing glimpse into her responses. To safeguard the identities of the infants, each one is discreetly referred to by letters, underscoring the need for confidentiality. Lucy Letby, the accused, played a complex role in the courtroom drama. At times, she pretended to be innocent, shedding tears that seemed to speak of remorse and denial. However, her emotions were inconsistent, leaving observers puzzled as she alternated between moments of apparent sincerity and an unsettling emotional detachment. What do you think of her? Is she innocent? Make sure to share your thoughts in the comments section below.
I was watching Lucy Letby for any reaction as those verdicts came back. As some were read out, she cried. On another occasion, she was looking down, there seemed to be no emotion, and then after that, she started to refuse to come to court.
During police interrogations, Letby maintained a stoic front, refusing to disclose the reasons behind her actions that led to the deaths of infants. Her silence added another layer of mystery to a case already shrouded in darkness. In her own conviction, she adamantly believes in her innocence, leaving law enforcement grappling with the enigma of her motives. Unexpectedly, a few from the circle of Lucy Letby's friends and past co-workers have unwaveringly clung to the conviction of her innocence. Even in the face of substantial evidence brought forth during the proceedings, this select group adamantly supports her, showing a reluctance to acknowledge the harsh truth of her deeds. Despite the weight of proof against her, these individuals persist in maintaining their faith in Lucy Letby's innocence, creating a peculiar dynamic where personal connections seem to defy the stark reality of the situation. This enduring loyalty amid compelling evidence adds a layer of complexity to the narrative surrounding the convicted nurse.
I would describe her as a person as being beige. She was unremarkable as a nurse. She had a normal friendship group, a family. She had a normal social life.
However, the aftermath of the trial unfolds peculiarly. A strange twist occurs as conspiracy theories begin to circulate widely on the internet, introducing uncertainties about the confirmed outcome. Individuals identifying as amateur internet sleuths come forward, asserting that they have discovered evidence challenging the legitimacy of the verdict. The Letby case finds itself entwined in a larger pattern, where uncertainties regarding the fairness of the judicial process spark speculation about the possibility of a miscarriage of justice. This unexpected development adds layers of complexity to an already perplexing narrative.